Good morning and welcome to our second edition of Moss in Depth. My name is Maria Borges and today is Friday, December 11th, and Moss in Depth starts now. Every year, over 1 million immigrants come to the United States in search of the American dream. To many, America is the land of hope, of new beginnings. Holy Shakes, a local business founded by a Venezuelan immigrant, exemplifies what millions of people come to this country for every year.
The food scene in Miami is one of the most diverse and competitive in the world, with restaurants all trying new and interesting things to attract customers and keep them coming back for more and more. But out of the hundreds of restaurants located here, one makes a bold claim. Holy Shakes, a business operated by owners Salomon and Corey, claims to have the coolest shakes in town.
We have very details in the shakes. Our shakes are gourmet. We bake everything that we sell here at home, and our flavors are unique. You cannot find these flavors in any place. So I think we have the best shakes in town.
Founded in 2005, the restaurant has been growing steadily in popularity among the locals, with various specialty shakes being the main focus. Customers can either order from the menu or create their very own milkshake.
So I saw this place through Instagram. I saw their pictures and me and my sister thought it was cool, so we wanted to try it out. Well, I've never seen shakes like this. Like, the aesthetic is very pretty. It's very different. It's not ordinary, so I like that.
Salomon and Corey's venture into the world of milkshakes is no coincidence. The two had previous experience with the restaurant industry in their home country of Venezuela. The country has been undergoing political turmoil and a mass shortage of food, water, and basic medical supplies. The two chose to leave behind their restaurants and chase the American dream.
The decision about leaving our country, it was a hard decision, but at the end we took it and we're very happy about it. And this is our passion. We love food, we love the restaurant industry. So we follow our passion and here we are.
With a loyal following, unique concept, beautiful interior, and dedication to quality, looks like Holy Shakes really are the coolest shakes in town. Now, if you excuse me, I have a milkshake to drink. Reporting from Moss in Depth, this has been Madi Guas signing off.
In recent years, over 3.4 million people have left Venezuela. As their health crisis continues to worsen, more and more people go without proper medical care. Many organizations, such as Sumando Corazones, are dedicated to helping these people get the health care they need. Here's Jimena Hidalgo with the story.
Ustedes, y vuelvo a repetir, son los que hacen la magia.
Sumando Corazones is a non-profit organization aimed at raising money to fundraise for surgeries needed by children in Venezuela. Students from Maracaibo, Venezuela, and Miami, Florida, come together to raise money through the campaign project of Vas a Ganar. From the creation of a community service project blossomed the organization of Sumando Corazones, which is designated teams set with the goal in mind of helping the children of El Hogar Clínica del San Rafael. The people of Venezuela are currently met with a socioeconomic crisis, stripping them of necessary nutrients and habitable living conditions. The government's regime includes constricting hospital supplies, leaving families in scenarios of extreme poverty, also in critical health conditions.
¿Por qué fundaron la fundación y cuál es el motivo detrás de Sumando Corazones?
Sumando Corazones, en verdad siempre tuvimos como que las ganas de hacer algo y en verdad se ha ido cambiando. Después hubo aquí unos apagones en el 2019 y eso hizo que se atrasara como que empezar la fundación. Entonces después ellas hicieron un closet sale y pudimos hacer una operación para un niño que se llama Moisés y en verdad esa fue una experiencia muy bella. Mi primera hermana, cuando se quería ir a college, como que aquí no había nadie, en verdad consiguieron a la mejor coach, que para mí es Lisbe, y también ayudó a mi hermana, en todo el proceso de la universidad. Lisbe me dijo que ella conocí unos niños que le gustaba la música, así pues, y yo los conocí, y ahí como que hablamos. Yo estoy muy agradecida porque se inspiraron en Sumando Corazones, o sea, porque pensaron en algo más. Y yo siento que eso es lo más bonito de esa canción, siento que esa es la mayor inspiración.
Hoping to reach a greater audience, the team of Sumando Corazones connected with the Interworld Company counselor, Lisbeth Varilos, to form a global team bringing awareness to their organization.
Mi nombre es Lisbeth Valero. Soy una
The Vas a Ganar campaign stemmed from Lisbeth's love and admiration for the project and her belief for forming something greater than the organization.
En Maracaibo, Venezuela, hay un hospital para niños pobres que se dedica a cirugías, pero los padres no tienen con qué darles de comer, mucho menos con qué pagarle una cirugía. Ese es el proyecto de Sumando Corazones. Y de ahí salió Vas a Ganar, que es una canción que aplica no solo a esos niños, sino a los adolescentes que están pasando por problemas de desesperación, de depresión, de angustias, de soledad, porque es un canto de esperanza, de ahorita estás mal, pero sonríe porque esto va a pasar, porque tú vas a ganar. Y con la donación que se consiga con ese dinero, se le va a dar a Sumando Corazones para auspiciar nuevas cirugías. Entonces, como ves, yo no soy nada. Yo soy solamente el director de orquesta, pero ustedes son los que hacen la magia. Yo lo único que hice fue ponerlos juntos.
Setting in motion the goal behind the campaign project, Lisbeth asked rising artist Juan V. and Oriana to compose a song and music video gratifying the message behind the organization and becoming important members of the extended Sumando Corazones team. Juan V. and Oriana combined their artistic styles of reggaeton music and the playing of the viola for the cause.
Hello, my name is Juan Vergara.
Hi, I'm Oriana.
How did you get introduced to the organization?
It was actually through my college counselor. She was helping me with, my application to college.
I was also asking her, what can I do?
Both artists being immigrants from Venezuela, they have been able to overcome personal struggles to come together and give back in any way they could.
She was like, hey, I know this guy. He's producing this song and it's really cool. I feel like it's just really good for the pandemic right now. It's very feel good about it. It's very energetic.
Its purpose is to give back and raise money for these kids. So we ended up doing that and now we're in that process.
It was very scary at first, but it was just like a way to prove myself that I could do this. It was like a dream when I was like a little kid. I can't believe that I actually did it. I still can't believe. I listened to the song and I'm like, wow, that's me.
I've always been someone that likes to give back, and if I could do that through my music and through a group of people that want to make a movement, that'll be amazing for me.
Inspired from the production of the music video, Vas a Ganar became greater than the project itself and soon turned into a singular mission, unified by people around the world choosing to raise awareness in order to save the lives of children in need. With the help of donors and people like Juan Diego and Oriana doing the most to raise awareness, Sumando Corazones can continue to change the lives of children in Venezuela. Make sure to keep up with the organization by following their Instagram at Sumando Corazones and contribute to this amazing cause. From Más in Depth, I'm Humanitarian signing off.
The process of gentrification is something experienced all across cities in the U.S., and Miami is certainly no stranger to this phenomenon. We now go to Isabelle Greiner, who had the chance to speak with some local residents on how they have been affected by gentrification.
Throughout the past several years, areas like Wynwood and downtown Miami have emerged as hotspots for tourism, shopping, and entertainment. However, as these areas flourish, the surrounding neighborhoods don't all have the same luck. Communities such as Overtown are threatened by big-time developers, large corporations, and rising prices for goods and housing. This is what is known as gentrification, a process in which poorer urban neighborhoods are changed by wealthier people moving in, upgrading housing, and drawing in new businesses, often at the expense of displacing the original residents. Census tract data for the United States' 50 largest cities shows that gentrification has greatly increased in several American communities. For example, nearly 20% of lower-income American neighborhoods have experienced gentrification since the year 2000, as opposed to only 9% during the 1990s.
I can see how gentrification plays into this and how it's kind of changed the cultural landscape of South Florida, where I live. Now what could have been or what was the corner store now is been replaced by a high-rise.
Small businesses are essential to a neighborhood due to their efficient nature and the role they play in the local economy. However, they face the threat of being forced out of the communities where their presence is vital.
I was looking to have, convenience store to get the stuff, because instead to go to the big market and stand in line, everywhere you have to have convenience store. The small convenience store is only the important thing. Important stuff like sugar, cereal.
Small businesses are not alone in facing the effects of gentrification. Historical landmarks may gradually be viewed solely as old rundown sites, but these historical spots preserve the integrity and soul of a community's past. For example, historic Overtown has faced a gradual decline since the 1960s when 2 expressways were built through the center of the neighborhood. Countless residents were displaced and many community staples met their untimely end. However, historic Lyric Theater still stands. What was once part of a large network of community attractions is now a building that gives only a small insight to Overtown's rich heritage. Gentrification could lead to the complete erasure of this community's story, one where icons like Ray Charles, Ella Fitzgerald, and Aretha Franklin came to perform and entertain the people who walk these very streets.
Unfortunately, very sadly, about like a couple of years ago, I used to go to the Wynwood Cinema. They got rid of the Wynwood Yard and no cinema. It's going to be used for like commercial space.
As you've seen, gentrification has had a negative impact on urban communities, often at the expense of low-income residents and small businesses. As these changes occur, be sure to support local businesses and stay educated on the effects of gentrification. This has been Isabelle Greiner signing off.
From wearing masks to social distancing, COVID-19 has changed the way of life of many. One community whose way of living has been impacted the most is the deaf community. Since the start of this pandemic, the community has adapted to many changes. Here's Coiras showing us how they're adapting to their new normal.
Many places around town reopen and require a mask. It's causing some communication issues with one part of our community.
We're talking about folks who are deaf.
Many are now forced to use other alternatives to communicate.
I mean, there's so much going on. It's really overwhelming.
Adjusting to circumstances is not foreign to the deaf community. With the pandemic causing the normalization of distance and face masks, communication between hearing and hearing-impaired people has become more difficult than ever. Reporting for Mass in Depth, I'm Coiras, here to take a closer look at the adaptations members of the deaf community have had to make in order to accommodate for the pandemic. Social media has allowed for information about the deaf community to be spread amongst a wide variety of people. How can this platform assist those attempting to adapt to a world without facial expressions or the ability to read lips through a mask? We spoke with a 6-year-old social media influencer by the name of Kylie and her family. While bringing awareness to the deaf community and sharing Kylie's story on their social media platforms, her and her father also share their knowledge of American Sign Language. This small peek into the life of a deaf child may give insight to the struggles this minority group faces during the pandemic. Okay, so tell me, how has Kylie's journey and your whole family's journey influenced the way you guys live your life?
We both weren't really big into sign language before Kylie. We found out Kylie was deaf. We started teaching her basic baby sign, and she learns at school, during school, and we'll sit there with her because she does virtual school right now. And we'll actually learn with her while she's in school. So we'll watch the teachers and stuff like that. So it's kind of nice doing the online school because we're learning and she's learning. And
despite the many perceived disadvantages to the deaf community in the midst of this pandemic, it has not altogether been an unfortunate experience. With young, deaf children learning sign language online, their parents have now been offered the chance to learn how to properly communicate with their child. How has the pandemic brought about new changes, new circumstances that you've had to adapt to?
We sign a lot more, which is awesome. I think it helps us being able to learn how to sign more because people are wearing masks now, and a lot of people don't wear the clear masks. And there's been a lot of times where we do go out and people will talk to Kylie, and Kylie just kind of looks at them with this weird face because she can't hear them or even read their lips because she's very good at reading lips too. I actually think the wearing the mask and just this whole process of COVID is actually helping us because I don't want to say we're forced to sign more, but we are.
Our faces always change, and she even sees it through her eyes. It's like, yes, because face is so important, but she already has those down.
Yeah, facial.
While the mask can pose a problem in casual conversation with someone in the deaf or hard of hearing community, it is not impossible for a deaf person to follow a conversation with a hearing person, as they tend to be very aware of how facial expressions can tie into words being said. While Kylie was born fully deaf, hearing impairment is not limited to those that share a similar story to Kylie. Our producer, Sophia Villa, had the chance to speak with Lauren Smith, a senior at our very own Miami Art Studio. Lauren is a member of the Hard of Hearing community. Her journey began just years ago when she found herself unable to hear out of one of her ears. Slowly, she has started to lose the hearing in her other ear as well, leaving her hard of hearing at a hearing-dominated school.
As a member of the deaf and hard of hearing community, how do you feel you've been impacted throughout the years in a school setting?
In a school setting, it's really hard being one of the only few people who are deaf. So getting accessibility to a lot of things, like especially virtually, like captioning, or maybe like things that are written like assignments, like the directions. It's been a struggle learning virtually because of like little things like that, like make a huge impact on someone like me.
What are your main challenges that the pandemic has presented you regarding your hearing?
Definitely school. It's really hard to learn virtually because there's this misconception with people who still have some hearing left, is that we can hear perfectly, and with hearing aids, oh, I can hear perfectly. But there's a difference between hearing and understanding. So I typically cannot understand people over Zoom because usually sounds are pretty muffled, or things get like lost in translation, or sometimes even the captioning app I use doesn't pick up things correctly.
Using captioning apps to translate what is being said on Zoom, Lauren has found ways to adapt to the unique circumstances. Although these programs can provide a potential solution, it is necessary for this to be paired with extensive communication and understanding on both ends of the conversation. While communicating in a socially distant world has posed its issues wearing masks and understanding over online classes, the deaf and hard of hearing community have found ways to let their voice be heard. Reaching out with social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, or explaining to others the challenges they face, allows for a better understanding of the solutions to these problems. Reporting for MAS In Depth, I'm Annie Coiras, signing off.
Now for our last story, we were able to get an interview with one of our seniors in a new segment we like to call Mas Gaming with Dylan Masvidal.
What's up, fellow Mas gamers? Welcome to the very first episode of Mas Gaming with Masvidal, the show where we ask the questions the people want to hear while playing the games the people love to see. I'm your host, Dylan Masvidal, and today's first ever Mas Gaming guest needs no introduction. The broadcasting magnet's executive producer, my good friend, Brian Olmo.
What's good, man?
How are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling great.
You think you're ready for today's game, Donkey Kong Country?
I've personally never played it, but I'm pretty excited to, honestly.
Perfect. So, Brian, what time is it? Game time! Oh, there you go. Oh, look at this. Wait, real quick. I'm going to do something.
What?
I'm going to see if I can... Oh, I can't get the... Okay, I'll switch. Go. I'm going to let you play. Go, Brian. There you go.
So we just take turns?
Yeah, basically,
right,
it'll just
cool.
be us, like, just chilling. Playing.
Chilling? Sure. All right.
So yeah, this game was developed by Rareware. Sorry, I mispronounced that. Rareware. Super Nintendo, released on Super Nintendo. Donkey Kong Country, one of my favorite games. Brian said he really wanted to play it for the first time. It was released actually in 1994, and Brian just died. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm coming in, and I'm gonna try to finish this level for him.
I know what Rareware is. They got bought by like Microsoft, and now they're not pretty good.
No, they're not at all. But they don't make games. Yeah, they don't make games anymore. Oh, I forgot the secret level. Oh, yes.
This is the perfect game.
This is so funny.
I'll wait.
This is crazy. Oh, don't worry. I can just make it through here. Look at this. Look how fast I am with the rhino. And we already beat the first level. That's crazy.
You didn't need me though. You didn't need me at all. Okay.
Alright, let me tag you in. So Brian, first question, because I know the pressure's on you right now while you're playing, so I want you to explain to me, what is your fondest memory with video games, or your first real great experience?
Yeah, my fondest memory with video games. It was probably the first time I got an Xbox 360, and I played Lego Indiana Jones and Lego Batman. Those are the most fondest memories I have of video gaming, and it was this really weird Kung Fu Panda like movie game. It was good though. I mean, I wouldn't go back to replay it, but it's still like a classic. The 3DS.
What's your favorite Pokemon game then?
Oh, Soul Silver, easy. Soul
Classic.
Silver,
That's actually mine as well.
Is that yours, really?
You got that
Soul
easily.
Soul Silver's the best one.
Perfect. Here, I'm gonna tag you in because I want you to play a couple more. You're still getting the hang of it, so I don't want to like mess you up. Okay, pick up the TNT. Okay, you just threw it. It's fine. Okay, jump over that. Jump over that, and then go. Yeah, go up. Okay, go. All right, I'm gonna probably tag you in. And I'm asking you a quick question. This is the most important question of the day, Brian. You ready? What is the fabled story between you and the onion ring?
Oh, the onion ring.
What's the story between you and the onion ring?
That was during a nationals practice, the very first nationals practice. We went to this restaurant. The name escapes me right now, but we were there and there was just these really big onion rings. So I was like, I'll just put one through my arm, and it became an iconic photo among the magnet ever since. So, I thought we stopped there. Oh my God, okay.
Brian.
Okay, get the other one. Get
I got it. Okay, we're back.
Tag me in.
Go.
Unless you want to keep playing.
No, finish it. Okay, well, I'm gonna finish this.
He just came out of nowhere. That's not.
So Brian, I don't think we
made it very far.
We didn't make it very far in the game, but it was fun, and you did good. I gotta say, for a first timer, you did pretty good.
All right.
But to close out the episode, I want to ask you, even though I said the last question was the most important question, this is the one that probably the viewers really want to know.
Yeah.
So, what does the future have in store for you, Brian?
Well,
what should the world look out for Brian Olmo?
Well, honestly, I'm just gonna keep on creating. That's really what this is all about. This is my last year working with the Broadcasting Magnet. I made so many great memories. This has really been the time of my life. Just be on the lookout for more things. I'm gonna make more features. I'm gonna go out and try new places. And honestly, I look forward to that. I might have something in the works. I can't say too much, but
can't say too much about that.
Can't say too much about it. But I'm really excited for the future, and it's a bright one.
Perfect.
Easily said.
Yeah. Well, you heard the man. Thank you for watching the very first episode of Moss Gaming. And to the viewers at home, don't forget to charge your controllers. Thank you.
Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed our second episode of Moss in Depth. This has been Maria Borges, signing off.